Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Oh dear, it's not really moving at all, this good coin. Bitcoin at least making some progress, even if it's to the downside, which in my opinion is preferred anyway, because I did take some profits on the weekend, so I'm quite happy if it goes down now, so I can buy back a bit cheaper. Even though the upside potential isn't completely ruled out at this stage, I would like to see a deeper pullback. And then I think as many others, and you can see, AI coins coming back at the moment, really nice. But anyway, this is about Ethereum. So Ethereum is still hanging in there, yeah. And again, I can only repeat what I said before, that for Ethereum, the problem is that we have we're hanging in the middle of the channel, basically. We're hanging just above support, and you can see how important this fib support was. We're just retesting again, trolling basically this descending wedge support. And there is certainly not any impulsive price action to the upside. Now, if we make one more low now, then we have a 5-wave move down, really. We have a bit too many lows then, few too many lows to really consider it still as a WXY pattern. But the problem is that I have 3 waves up here, I have 3 wave down, 3 wave up, 3 wave down. So it doesn't really give you an edge. It actually looks a bit like a triangle. And what I start to imagine could be happening is that while Bitcoin might be putting in this lower 4th wave, for Ethereum, by the way, the key support is between 1430 and 1500, that Ethereum might be putting in this 4th wave as a triangle. It's very weird, but it's possible. So what could be possible is that Ethereum might be doing something like that. It's unusual. For example, here we had the wave 4 done, the wave 4 of 3, so it would be like this, and then this is the wave 4, but it would be again a tiny and shallow and unusually short wave 4, but it's of course possible. We could say, right, we put in the third, we could even say the 3rd wave finished here, let me think, and then yeah, it's weird. It doesn't really fit, or we have to say wave 4 finished here. I think that was as we originally had it. Then we say wave 5 finished here, and this was an A wave down. This is a B wave up, C wave down in 3 waves, D wave up in 3 waves, E wave down in 3 waves, and we have a perfect triangle in this yellow wave 4. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. And from that point of view, therefore, Ethereum still has the possibility to rally to the upside directly from here. If this is the correct count, then it would be rallying, however, in the wave 5. Oops. Do something like this, yeah. Disregard the lower degree count, but go directly basically here to the upside in a 5th wave. Now, again, there are many different counts here which are applicable, which are possible. At the moment, I'm just leaving it as it was until we really get a clear view here. We are still hovering above support. You need to know that. As long as this support is valid, this can still push higher. And it is still technically possible that what we had here was a wave 1 as well, a wave 2 down, here a 3 up. This could still be a wave 4 down, even though it has pulled back quite a lot. So it might be that we're resetting this wave 2 a little bit lower, which is possible as well. If we come down lower here, then we had maybe a larger A wave. This was a B wave, and we come down in a C wave. And as long as we're holding 1560, I can put the wave 2 easily somewhere here. Yeah. It's just, I wouldn't trade Ethereum at the moment just due to this uncertainty. Of course, you'll still get the updates, and if I see anything change, I will keep you updated. But until we see a clear breakout of the range, there is not really an edge, because the problem is that we are getting towards the end of a trend here probably. And if this is going to escalate higher in this particular count, then we had the wave 1 as a 3-wave move as part of an ending diagonal, which means the move up looks corrective, the move down looks corrective. The move up here in wave 3 would look corrective as well, which is, if you see 5 waves up, for example, it doesn't give you an edge anymore, because it could just be an A wave of a larger corrective move. So I don't want to confuse you. Thing is, we're holding above support. As long as we do that, I think there is still a reasonable chance to push higher from here, even though we're still in the range in the channel. But as we get closer to that 1560 level and maybe even break it, then we have greater clarity that we're heading down. So I can only say we're basically in no man's land, and I can repeat it only for everybody who didn't watch the previous video. I also posted it on Twitter today and Instagram, that trading, knowing what or deciding what not to trade is as important as deciding what to trade. Yeah, you don't need to, just because you like Ethereum, you don't need to trade Ethereum every day if it shows not really any clarity. Yeah. Here very locally, you could even apply a trend line. Let's see if we get a decent trend line here. Actually, not really. Do we get? We don't really get a decent trend line here. Or let's try. If we get 3 touch points here. So again, here you might even be able to identify. We had a descending wedge which moved up. We have a descending wedge just above another descending wedge. So watch for that. And if that trend line breaks out to the upside, the first target of a wedge is normally the beginning of the wedge, which we, to be honest, perfectly reached here as well. Yeah. So you might reach that area again, or just about at around 1690, if we break out of this wedge to the upside, which is possible. So I'd be looking out for that. You're watching out for that. If we do that, typically the first target when you break out of the wedge is the beginning of the wedge. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit a like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership, and also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And because there is basically additional content every day, some tips and tricks as well, and sometimes signals. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.